Well done.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Guys on the Truth Podcast.
Yeah.
About to show you more.
We about to show you more.
T-Fees and Benita T.
Yeah.
You know we about to get
We
busy.
about to get busy.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Welcome back. This is the Guys on the Truth Podcast, and I am T Fazy.
And I am Benita T.
All right, we got a great show for you guys this week.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
This is a milestone.
Yeah, it is.
7 whole episodes. So yeah, we're getting up there.
All right. What'd you do this week?
This weekend, the week just getting started, but the weekend, pretty laid back. I got time to, I had some time to spend with family, so that's always good, especially, since people can't really see each other like we want to, but yep, that's what I did, and relaxed, pretty much. What about you?
I slept. Got some good rest in.
That's good.
I'm going to start a new leaf. I'm turning over a new leaf. If you can, what does that mean, turning over a new leaf?
I guess it means you're changing.
Yeah.
Because you know how leaves change.
I'm going to try to be more positive. I've been thinking about a lot of things, and man, my life has been going not too good lately.
Really?
Yes, I think the bad attitude has been leading to a lot of bad things that's been happening in my life.
Well,
it's not superstitious. I believe in the law of attraction, and somehow
your inner world is what they
inner
say?
world
Inner world
mirrors
is
your
mirrors the
outer
outside world.
But I think sometimes we go in and out with this. I don't care if you're the biggest guru, law of attraction leader or whatever you want to call them. I think everybody goes through things in life, and this whole thing that's going on in the world today, I think it threw everybody off.
Especially if you're an empath.
So,
like myself.
What the heck is an empath?
It just means that you
that
take a lot of emotion, other people's emotions.
Not even a real word.
Yes,
whatever.
It is. Okay. It's a real word. How you gonna tell me it's not a real word?
Whatever.
It's a real word, and is
getting back to what I was saying.
It's actually people who are like that, and I am one of them. You absorb a lot of people's energy. That's basically what it is. It's like whenever you're around somebody happy, you absorb their happiness. If you're around somebody that's sad, you absorb that. You absorb a lot of people's energy.
Anyways,
it's real.
Tomorrow, I will be starting a fast. I will be starting a water fast to cleanse, and then 4 days after that, I will be starting a dry fast. So I'll be going on an 8-day fast. I will keep you guys up to date how I'm doing. But everybody needs change. They say drastic change is always the best. So
if you're not changing, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. So change is never bad. If it's for the good, then it's never bad.
I'm going to try to have a better attitude with everybody else, but I don't think that's gonna work because
It can work if you want it to work.
I just hate fake people, and 95% of people are all fake.
So why do you let their fakeness get to you or affect you?
I just hate fakeness.
I hate fakeness too, but I don't let other people, the way other people, how they are, I don't let it affect me.
If you can sit around and be fake with them, then you're fake too.
Well, yeah, that's why you gotta avoid those type of people. You gotta deal with them with a long-handed spoon. That's how I do everybody. You know, if I don't deal with you, if I don't deal with you, then I just don't deal. If I have to deal with you, then I'm gonna, deal with you with a long-handed spoon, because you're not gonna affect my space and my energy. Not at all.
All right, so what do we got going on this week?
All right, so I was thinking, when we do the stories and everything, we should always start the show out on a good note, because we hear so much bad news these days. Even though we're still going to give you guys the good and the bad, but I just think it's good that we start out on the good. So to start out the show on a good note, congratulations are in order for Naomi Osaka. She is a tennis player. For all those who don't know, she was the one who finally I guess she gave what's her name, the tennis player, I can't believe my mind just went blank.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, she gave Serena a run for her money, and she beat Serena. So it's no surprise that she did just have a victory over Victoria Azarenka. This is her second U.S. Open title. Naomi says she would like to thank her ancestors, because every time I remember their blood runs through my veins, I am reminded that I cannot lose. So she's putting it out there. She cannot lose. But yeah, she did win her second U.S. Open. So congratulations to her. But don't you think it's weird that people, and I noticed a lot of this lately, people are thanking their ancestors or the universe, but they're not really thanking God anymore. God who made the universe, who made their ancestors.
There's a big thing going on in Atlanta with a lot of these Atlanta rappers. It's the worship of the ancestors. It's called EFI. It's really big in Atlanta. 21 Savage admitted that. I mean, he said he is EFI on the Breakfast Club, and a lot of these rappers from Atlanta are into ancestor worship, which is EFI.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they had an actual name to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nothing wrong with honoring your ancestors. But
what do you mean?
I mean, honoring your heritage, or whatever you want to do, you can honor that. But I just find it weird that
honor what?
Their ancestors. You can honor your lineage.
Honor the dead.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can honor people who are in your bloodline.
I don't know about all that.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with honoring people in your bloodline, but I just think it should be...
What do you mean by honor them?
You can honor people in your actions and your words, saying something that they did or whatever. You can honor people in different ways.
It's totally different.
I don't know what she's doing, and I don't know what the whole religion...
They worship their...
I don't know if she's worshiping her ancestors. She's just thanking them. But... like I said, it's just funny that they're not
ancestry worship.
They're not thanking God anymore, which people used to do.
Goes back to the old religion, the old Babylonian religion, the old Egyptian religion. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was a whole religion, but hey, you learn something new every day. But yeah, she did win. So again, congratulations to her on her victory. And I'm excited to see if she reaches the levels of Serena. You think she got what it takes? Well, she beat her, so I definitely think she got what it takes. So
Hey,
Serena's a beast, though. So moving on. So everybody knows about the wildfires that's happening in California right now. And, our prayers go out to everybody over there. It has been deaths and, people have just been left without homes and everything. California, they really go through it with them wildfires. Apparently, and I don't know if it's true, I heard that the fires were started because of somebody's gender reveal party. I think it's actually true. So they're saying that the fires were started because of a gender reveal party, and I mean, at this point, that's just going a little bit too far to find out the gender of your child. Something happened where it started the fire, and I even heard that the parents or whoever orchestrated that party is going to possibly be held on charges for arson and some other charges. But anyways,
they started the fire because they didn't like what gender they had.
no, I think it was something with during the gender reveals, they usually release like fireworks that light up in the color of the baby, or some type of explosion that comes out with blue or pink smoke. It's all, it's a big theatrics, with these gender reveal, which, I don't see a issue with having a gender reveal party, but when you're causing a whole, state to burn down, yeah, gotta be careful. Really, nigga? Well, anyways, because
I don't believe that.
Believe what?
It started from a gender reveal party.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that, and they're saying that these people are going to be brought up on charges. So if it's true or not, I'm not sure. Really, but nigga? I mean, firecrackers can start a fire. I mean,
now the whole California's on fire.
Not the whole California.
A big part of it.
But a bit, yeah. I mean, that's why it's called wildfires. That's why it's called a wildfire.
And they just can't put it out, huh?
Well, they're fighting to put it out, which brings us into our next story. California Governor Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he recently signed an Assembly Bill 2147, which allows inmates who have records. Well, basically, what he did was he signed this bill because everybody knows the long history of inmates fighting fires. So basically how it used to go is it would be the regular firefighters out there, and they would, let the inmates go, which I find a little bit, I mean, are they letting them make a decision, or are they forcing them to go out and fight fires? I don't know. But
you don't have that in prison.
Have what? A choice?
You don't have a choice.
Well, if they're making people go out and fight fires, I think that's kind of bad. Like, even though they are criminals, you still should have a choice whether to put your life on the line or not, which I think is the reason why he signed this bill. But basically what the bill is going to allow is for prisoners who were in prison fighting fires, is going to allow them to, once they get out, to have their records cleared so that they can become professional firefighters and get paid for it. So before this bill, you would fight fires in prison, but if you wanted to come out of prison and you go to the fire academy or fire school, they would deny them because of their record. So you're good enough to fight the fires while you're in prison, but once you get out, we don't want you.
Just like you can build your computers while you're in prison. You could make all this stuff for these big corporations, but when you get out, you can't get a job at these corporations.
Yep. So that's basically what it was. And he said, by signing that bill, he was going to put an end to that and fix that, which I think is a great thing. That, he's allowing these people, these prisoners, these ex-prisoners to get their records clear and get paid for once to fight the fires instead of being forced to fight.
I just think they should, since they're out there risking their life.
I mean, but if you're going to put somebody out there, then put the rapists and the murderers. Who cares about that?
Yeah.
Child rapists. I think those are the ones that need to be forced to fight fires.
They shouldn't be out there.
Why?
They shouldn't be in. They shouldn't be able to have freedom.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe
I think I think
maybe you can't be like a violent
freaks like
offender.
that will always find a way to do the crime that they were convicted of.
Of course, that's not something. It's been said that
unlike maybe a person that stole something or robbed somebody or like sold dope or something. I think those are crimes done out of necessity. Like you need money to live. I think like those the type of people you could put them in a different situation and they probably wouldn't do that. If they had other means of making money, a lot of times they wouldn't. But I think like rapists and child molesters that's
something you can never
mentally sick people.
It is. It's a mental. And not to devalue what they actually are doing, not to dumb it down, but they are mentally sick and it's not curable.
They're perverted.
It's not curable.
They're perverted people.
So the saying like they're like some people say, oh, you can rehabilitate them. They can no. Because given the chance, they will reoffend. They will reoffend. They cannot help themselves. They will do it. That's just how deep the disease runs in their brain. That sick part of their brain that tells them to do that. That's just how deep it runs.
So what do you do? What do you do?
They should never even be allowed. How do they even get out of prison?
What do you do to a car or something that's malfunctioning?
I mean, you try to fix it, but they can't be fixable.
What if it can be
They're
fixed?
not fixable.
What if it? I maybe say it's not total. A car. Yeah, okay.
It's total. It goes to the impound and get crushed.
You destroy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't see how. In most sexual offenders, they get under 10 years. So that means they are eligible and all they have to do is go in there and put on their little act
like
that
I just
they're
said, Could you put a car in an impound and be like, oh, this car is going to drive right in a year?
Yeah, they'll never be right. They'll never be right. And I don't think they should ever, and they try to put, restrictions. Oh, you have to they have to register every so often. They have to register, and anytime they move, and they can't live within so many feet. Is that going to stop a real predator from getting to a child? No.
Listen, here's the one thing.
That's not going to stop them. That's like putting a lion. You
can't arrest somebody from thoughts that's in their head, right?
Right.
And everybody know, right? Like I said, I believe in the law of attraction. The law of attraction is working all times. You cannot get out of it. It's working for the good and the bad, right? So once you put your mind on something and it's on that all the time, it's just a matter of time of its manifestation. Period.
Mm-hmm.
It manifestate in the physical world. See,
mm-hmm.
The mind is only the what is it called?
It's like a playbook.
Gestational period. Like
well, you can
when
say
the
it's like
seed
a
is
play.
under the ground. What period? What time is that? It's like
I don't know.
anyways, that's all it is. You have
Or
the
it's
thoughts.
like
is
like a
seeds.
playbook, or
No, the
before
thoughts are always like the seeds, right? Once you plant a seed,
or the script.
once you plant a seed, right? The thought, and then you keep on having those thoughts. Is just like you add in the water. You add them when you add sunlight. You add power, and the emotions is the power. It's like the sun, and you having emotions. And then the only next thing is physical manifestation. You're going to end up doing it.
And it's actually, I seen a documentary of a person. He doesn't call himself a pedophile because he's never actually did anything with a child. He just has desires, and he was trying to say how he can have a normal life and how he can live amongst society because he knows how to control that side of him. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe they have any self-control. He just may have not had the opportunity. He may not have had the chance to do it. But like I said, given the chance and put in the right...
More than likely, he's probably looking up, what is it called?
Child pornography. Yeah.
He's having some... he's having some external
even your thoughts
experience. That is a manifestation.
Yeah, even your thoughts. If you have unpure thoughts, sick thoughts like that,
that's still in the inner world. That's not the outer world.
It doesn't matter to me if you're having thoughts like that. That's ridiculous.
Saying, you can have all these
arrest them.
Internal. If he's looking at child pornography, you can arrest him.
Yeah,
because that's
a crime.
More than likely, he probably is doing that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but
I think we should.
Anyways, moving on from that, we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little bit later because we do have a topic about that. But to move on, T.I. is up next. So T.I. has taken to his social media, and he urges people to use their government aid to buy property instead of designer items. So he's saying that there's no more Cartier in the store, there's no more fur coats, and we're in summer. So he was like, that's weird because we're in summer, so there's no more Gucci. Like all these major name brand stuff is just selling out of stores.
Wait, who's buying? Wait, what?
Well, apparently they're getting government aid.
Who?
People.
I haven't got any.
People? Because, okay,
Where's mine? Jesus Christ.
Either he's talking about people who's doing these scams, or he's talking about people who... Because I can't see him talking about people who is getting unemployment. Yeah, they got a lot of money off that unemployment because they were getting like $600 on top of their regular unemployment, and that was weekly.
It just got cut. It's only $300.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about before.
The states is having a real problem covering that.
Yeah.
So why would you give $300 extra to these people?
Well, I don't understand that either because...
Why don't you just give... Okay, they're getting full pay.
Well, as a person, I went once before in the past. I got unemployment. It's not your full pay.
They was able to get full pay.
Oh, so this unemployment, they were able to get full pay. So they were getting full pay.
Why would they be getting $600 and not getting
I don't know. I guess I didn't.
They was able to get full pay.
So if they were getting full pay plus $600,
a lot of people are able to get food stamps. This is okay. Being a manager, this is a big problem because finding somebody to work in to just work now, because I've had people tell me, why should I come back when I'm getting $600 plus more dollars? I get food stamps and I can go to the beach all day.
That was Trump's whole thing. That's what he was saying is, you're making these people have it where they're not even gonna go back to work. That was his whole thing for cutting from the 600 down to, I guess now 300. But I didn't get that either. I've been working since the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I haven't stopped.
We have literally a quarter of people working where I work. that's supposed to be at full capacity, that employees, we have a quarter of the people.
Shoot, you give
nobody
me,
wants to work.
you
Why
giving
not?
me all my full salary plus 600 extra a week.
Plus you can collect food stamps.
Why would I want to go back to work?
Plus you can collect food stamps.
Yeah. So, anyways, T.I. was telling people, instead of buying up all this stuff, these material things,
And they got
buy
stimulus
land.
checks.
Yeah, they got the stimulus check. So he was telling them, buy land.
You're doing better by not working.
Yeah, you get to be at home doing what you want to do. Of course.
Why would any idiot go back to work?
That's what Trump was trying to say, but everybody was saying, of course, the people who are benefiting off of it, they're gonna see an issue with it, but anyway, he's back to T.I. He was basically telling people, if you don't have to have a house on it, don't have to have a building on it, just buy a piece of land with dirt on it and hold on to it. So which I think is very true.
Which is true.
It's very true, because that's an issue amongst the African American community.
This is what I've been telling people for years. They ain't making no more land. You have to buy stuff of real value. Gucci, Dior, all that stuff. These diamond watches have no real value.
And they depreciate in value once you buy them.
These cars, anytime you can go and there's an assembly line that's making them and is making more, they ain't making no more land. They ain't making no more land.
Yep.
That's what a real value is. You see, in all over the United States, right? You got the hoods. And the hoods have been totally re-gentrified.
Yeah. We see that right here in a
Brooklyn,
part of
Harlem,
our, city, or the next city over.
California, places in California is being re-gentrified, where for years it's been in totally black neighborhoods, totally Latino neighborhoods. But now you have white people riding their bikes and walking, and it looks nothing like it used to. It's being re-gentrified. They have everything else, so now they're coming back for the stuff that
our neighborhoods, basically. Yeah. Our neighborhoods. Like I said, we see that.
Someone said
right
years ago, right? America, and I really believe this, America is going to come down to do two things. Either you're rich or you're poor. If you're poor, get out. If you ain't got the bread to live here, you got to go.
Well, I think they're trying to do that now with population control. I think they're doing that now with population control. I honestly do. Because like somebody said, you want to do all these tests on mainly, people that come from these neighborhoods and communities that are not rich. Why not try these tests and stuff on the government first? Why not give it to the government officials first, since they're the ones saying that all these tests need to be done? I think they're trying to, get rid of people right through what, everything that's going on right now. But yeah, anyways, T.I., he makes a very valid point that is an issue in the African American community. We do hold the highest buying power in the world, actually, but yet we don't own as much property and land and things of real value as the rest of the people in the world. So that's kind of, the numbers not matching. We hold the highest buying power, but yet we are the least to own things that, is going to, be of a value in the future, or generational wealth. We don't a lot of us don't build that for the future.
Yeah. Well, what is where wealth? What is that backed by? To have real wealth, it has to be protected by something.
Well, your wealth, isn't it protected by assets?
No.
Okay. So
Why
what
is
it protected by?
why is America? Well, it used to be the most prosperous country. Why?
Are you asking me, or is that a rhetorical question?
I'm asking you.
Why was it the most wealthiest?
Yeah.
Probably because of the maybe the goods, maybe their leverage. I don't know.
Because we had the strongest military force.
Well, okay. That's what is it called when you put something up?
Listen.
I can't think of the word.
If you are just put it like this. If you're the most feared person in the neighborhood.
Collateral. That's what the word is I was thinking about.
Listen, if you are the most feared person in the neighborhood and you was a bully and you was saying, y'all all have to pay me, right? Pay me for my protection. Don't you think that guy would be the richest person in the neighborhood if he got this amount of money come from this part and he can dictate everything you do?
Of course, yeah. I mean, and those are actually real scenarios.
Why would I? If it wasn't, why would I be giving it?
No, I'm saying like those are real scenarios in neighborhoods.
Yeah, but where you think they get it from?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yep, 100%.
They are because they have the strongest military power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, black people. When a lot of black people try to say, this is how we can't have we have no real wealth. Well, you have nothing. You have no real. You don't have a military. So if someone wanted all your wealth, right? See, they're trying to put separation. Blacks in America should have their own wealth and their own stuff, their own banks and all this. But what is it? Who's protecting it? So you want all this separation, right? You want all this separation, but okay, who's going to protect all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So you want them with their armies. So you want them to be separate, but then you want America with their armies to come protect you.
Right, because they could just turn around and say, "Wait a minute, I thought y'all wanted to be separated from everybody. I thought y'all wanted y'all own. Why you want our help?"
See, like I said, they're on a hamster wheel. They don't know which way to go.
Because regardless of how you want to put it, this country, America, the world is not run by people that look like us.
These rappers have no idea about how the world runs. Nothing. They're just idiots that write rhymes and make money off the blood of people. That's all they do, by perpetuating idiocy, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah,
and
it's a lot of
even they are let to do that. They are able to do that because they are the powers that be let them do that.
Mm-hmm.
They contribute to the downfall of the same community that they say they're trying to upbuild in. They just throw out words and don't have they have no real plan because they know I know most of these rappers that just talk, they know it's not going to happen anyways, so they're just talking just because
they want to be relevant, just because they want to sound like something.
America is protected by their military.
Well, just like Candace told
their army.
And just like Candace told Cardi B, sit down with people and understand the economic behind what you're asking for. That's the same way some of these rappers, they need to actually understand what is behind what you're asking for.
Do you know
What is it gonna cost?
Okay, T.I., right? Who owns the land? I don't care if you buy land.
They could still take it from you.
Who are you paying every year for that land?
Paying your taxes. You gotta pay Uncle Sam.
You pay the government.
They're gonna come right in and take it if you don't.
How can you really be separate within theirs? You still living in theirs. It's like they don't know.
It's almost like putting animals into these zoos, and then the zoo will say, "Oh,
it's children talk." It's children talk.
Yeah, but it's also like putting an animal in a zoo and then telling people, "Oh, it's so big and it's so open and it's great. It's just like their home," but not even realizing they're still in a cage. They're still in the cage. So that's what it's like, basically.
But that's also who owns that. Who really owns the land that you proclaiming that you have a stake on?
The government, Uncle Sam. You may have a deed to it.
Yeah, we can say the government.
We
can say the government, but there's.
Well, yeah,
America,
it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that.
America
definitely.
is only a corporation.
Yeah.
Who owns the corporation of America?
Yep, it goes way deeper than that.
Okay, you're still controlled. I mean, you're still on. you cannot see. America was not set up for you.
Nope. Well,
as long as you keep fighting for it, trying to have a seat at their table, to be accepted by them, all that other talk is really irrelevant. Because how are you going to be a king in someone else's castle?
You can't. Can only be one king.
Okay? You are trying to be a king in someone else's castle.
Yep.
You proclaiming we need to be kings, but this is somebody's castle, and they have an army and you don't.
Yep. It's a lot behind it. It's easy to just get on.
Once you really start talking, let's really start talking about some real building of a nation.
Yeah, because it's easy.
And trying to build a nation here in America, this is already, unless you talking about war, like we finna we ain't talking about that, because you don't have enough. You don't have what they have.
And it's not enough unity in the black race anyways to do that.
Too many different kinds of black people for one.
Yep. That's for sure. And that's why I always say I don't know if we'll ever be unity, because for that reason it's too many different black people. Is black people that just go in every different direction.
And it's too many black people, right? That love their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And once you love their stuff so much and it's threatened, they want to go, oh no, let's chill. Let's chill, because the stuff that they gave us means more. It means more to us than real change.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say it's easy to get on your social medias when you have these platforms. It's easy to get on there and tell everybody what they should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, because they playing. This is the game they're playing. They playing the game.
It's like, T.I., are you actually helping people do this?
Y'all going to see, and if y'all have, this is the thing they do. I'm gonna shoot an idea, and if y'all can do it, then I'll come over there once I see if it's some success. If it's not, I'm gonna just be over here and say, oh, look what they did to them.
Mm-hmm.
Look how they doing us.
These people are actors. They're paid actors and actresses. They're
when
told
they
what
ain't
to
really
say.
they self out on the front line.
Nope.
It's easy to march and put up a fist and walk down the street when you got bodyguards all beside you and in front of you and in the back of you.
But what I want to know is, what big name celebrity have you seen on the front lines? I've seen some social media stars. But where was Jay-Z and Beyonce? Where were they?
She put a fist up at the Super Bowl while she was performing. She put a fist up.
It is something that's benefiting her.
Okay, yeah.
It's something that's benefiting her. It's putting money in her pocket. She made that movie, I Am King, or Black is King, or whatever it's called. She made that movie. Everybody go gaga over it. Oh, Beyonce is so for the people. understand, she made probably millions off of that movie. She had a deal with Disney. She made millions off of it.
And that's another thing. Disney.
Gotta stop. You gotta know how to spot these people that only is for the cause when it benefits them, but when it comes down to real change, real action, oh, they're nowhere to be. They're behind their gated communities. They're behind a whole team of bodyguards. You can't get to them. Yeah. That's when it matters. When I see T.I., when I see Beyonce and Jay-Z and people on that level, when I see them out marching with the people, when I see them out there, then I'll think differently. But until then,
no, even if you do see, there was a lot of celebrities out there marching. So what if they marching?
I said on that level,
marching.
Who's making the most money off of it?
How many years black people been marching? It doesn't,
but they're not going to do it. Is my point.
Yeah, they will. They'll get out there and march.
You think Beyonce finna go on the street
they'll get out there and march. They'll get out there and march.
You really think she finna do that?
Just to show. This is just.
She may, but it'll be a front.
It'll be all over Instagram too.
It'll be some type of ploy. She's getting ready to put something out. Nah, it's never real. It's never real.
She'll get out there, but it won't. It's not sincere.
Well, anyways, since we're on the subject of T.I., it's funny that he's telling people what to do with their money when just recently.
But that is true.
Yeah, it is true. Is true. But like I always say.
For now, that is a great. It is.
Yeah, nothing he said was untrue. I'm not disagreeing with anything he said because I agree 100%. But I am an advocate about telling people how to conduct their life before you got your life in order. And the reason I say that is because T.I. is being charged by the SEC for cryptocurrency fraud. So it was just announced that the Securities and Exchange Commission announced Friday it has charged T.I. for his role in fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme. The SEC implicated 5 Atlanta area people, including Clifford T.I. Harris, for promoting Flick and CoinSpark. Now, I'm not up with the cryptocurrency and I'm not up with all that stuff. So all this is like speaking a foreign language to me. You may be a little bit more knowledgeable on that, but I'm not. So, basically 2 unregistered and fraudulent initial coin offerings led by film producer Ryan Felton in the summer of 2017. And in the complaint against Harris, the SEC claims that T.I. offered and sold Flick tokens on his social media account, falsely claiming to be a Flick co-owner and encouraging his followers to invest in the Flick ICO. T.I. also asked a celebrity friend to promote the Flick ICO on social media and provide the language for posts referring to Flicks as T.I.'s new venture. So all this, I guess, is tied to some type of
Ponzi scheme.
I don't know. I know about the cryptocurrency. I know about all that, but I guess you could do a scheme in just about anything.
Well, cryptocurrency, just like the American dollar, it's not backed by anything.
Oh, and to add, his social media manager, William Sparks, is also being charged by the SEC by posting about the Flick on his social media accounts. So yeah. I don't know, but a spokesperson for T.I. did say in a statement that Mr. Harris regrets his involvement with Mr. Felton. He attempted to help a local entrepreneur who presented an innovative idea for a streaming online platform that would help reduce the barriers of entry for creators of music and video content. So he did put out a statement about it. I guess they already have come to a decision about what they're going to do, because they said following a prearranged settlement with the SEC, Harris will avoid criminal charges. Instead, he's being charged to pay $75,000 civil money penalty, as well as refraining from partaking in the cryptocurrency market for 5 years. So that's his penalty to avoid jail. All I can say is, T.I., you got to clean up your own stuff first before you try to tell people what to do with their money. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. You got anything else to add to that?
No, just like, jeez.
Like I said, I guess you can do a scam in just about anything. Jesus.
Was it? Did
So
he really
many
know?
scammers.
He probably didn't go into it thinking it was a scam. I mean,
maybe not, but that's his bad on his part. When you got a name and you got people following you and you got influence, you got to research and make sure what you're going into is legit, because then things like this happen.
Hey, the feds probably was like,
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh goodness. Okay, well, let's move on from T.I. Let's get into.
But he was in the feds before.
Yeah, for gun charges.
So he went to court for this already?
It didn't say he went to court, but it say a prearranged settlement. So I don't think, maybe it did go to court. Maybe we just didn't know about it. But it was a prearranged settlement. He settled.
He settled with the what?
The SEC.
That's the feds, right?
It's the federal. Let me go back up.
Those are people that come
it's
in.
It's the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Well, yes, that's the feds. That's the ones that come in. If like that look at those Ponzi schemes and stuff, and you see them people like, what's that? Bernie Madoff.
I don't know. When it comes to those type of things, I really don't know, because I don't think I've ever been a part of a Ponzi scheme.
There's Bernie Madoff. Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Well, hey, like I said, you gotta investigate and know what you're getting into before you get into it, because then you'll be caught up in all type of mess. Now he got to pay $75,000. That's a lot of money. Maybe not to him, but
so it was
a lot of money.
It was a scam. They said it was a outright scam to defraud people.
Well, it says that Mr. Felton, whoever this Felton, he never built the platform he promised T.I.
Well, then that would be good. That will go under a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, and then they did say, the spokesperson for T.I. said that he basically used T.I. popularity.
Well, then okay. This is kind of like what Ja Rule was going through with that concert they had with that one guy. The person that creates it is always the one that goes to jail, because they have no intentions on really having something that's really of some value.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to collect the money.
Right. So I mean, he could have went into this blindly and not really did his research, or
you gotta watch out.
See,
like I said, a lot of these rappers see. Was this a white guy who created it?
What, the cryptocurrency?
That where he was that flick.
I don't know the race of the man. His name is Felton. So I don't know the race of him, but
yeah, I think you should stop. They should stay in their lane.
Well, they want to venture out and do different investments and stuff like that, which is understandable.
A lot of these, that's why they get scammed probably so much.
But you definitely got to be careful.
A lot of rappers, a lot of athletes get scammed. Like, they get scammed by a lot of people because they look at them as a lick, because they know these guys really don't know nothing other than rapping or
Well, he
playing
must have-
football or basketball.
Yeah, he must have brought it to him in a way where it sounded real good to T.I. because he was on board.
They want to put that perception out there.
He had a good talk game. He finessed them. Basically. That's what you could boil it down to.
They're not really businessmen. They're like, I mean, that's why a lot of them get into bad deals when they come into the music business. There are a very small amount of these rappers or athletes are businessmen.
Business can be very complicated. It's a lot of ins and outs.
Yeah.
Of investing and all that. That world is just very confusing to me.
There's people that dedicate everything to knowing the ins and outs to business. So when you are on tour,
people go to college for that.
When you are on tour, when you are in a studio, and then you drinking, smoking. You really think you know anything about business? No, you're relying on other people that's telling you things.
Well, like you said, a lot of people, that's how they get took. When they first come in,
they know
they get bad deals. They get into bad record deals. They get into a lot of bad things because they don't have that knowledge behind them. You know, that's why you really got to strap yourself with knowledge. If you don't know, and you're going to start investing, and you're going to go into the business lane, do as much research. Go to school. Do what you got to do.
I think if you haven't been in that lane, don't go in that lane.
You can go in that lane.
Do something solid. Like, if you a rapper, you should invest in stuff like real estate.
Well,
stuff that have, like, you can see the money. You can see the money. You can see what's going in, and you can see the profit that's coming
I don't think that's always true.
Solid.
They don't have to always just do real estate and stuff. I think you can go into other things. But like I said, if you're going to go into that lane,
stuff like that,
strap yourself with knowledge. Don't just go into it blindly. You can go to school.
What time they gonna have going to school?
Well, usually people, they start investing after once their career starts to slow down. That's when they start to do it.
Solid, even like a clothing line. It sounds cliche, but whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to them having clothing lines?
those are ventures, but then you have to also think merch don't always, hold up. It may not always do well. So maybe that's why
merch won't do well.
I'm not saying it won't. I'm saying,
do you know how much a lot of these YouTubers make in merch?
I'm sure they make a lot, but that's why they're hot. If they weren't hot, do you think their merch would sell?
You think
people just
T.I. couldn't sell merch?
I'm not saying he can't sell merch, but what I'm saying is that's just like food. It's just like food. Food always changes. People have different tastes.
You know nothing about business.
I never said I did, but what I'm saying is you just can't tell people, go sell clothes or real estate.
Once you have a core audience, you will always be able to make money within that core.
But audience. I think you can always don't limit yourself on what you can do is what I'm saying.
If you have 1 million followers, 9 times out of 10, you have a solid, like the law of 20%. You have a solid maybe 200,000 people that really mess with you, and you will always be able to sell product to them.
Well, yeah, but
if you just have 100,000,
you still don't have to limit yourself.
If you have 100,000, your audience is, let's say your audience is 100,000, you have a solid 20,000 people you can sell to, and always make money with. As long as you can continue to put out content with them, which is whatever is music, whatever you doing, you will always be able. Look at Tech Nine. Tech Nine, he's straight up merchandise, touring, cause he have a core fan base that's always gonna mess with him. That's business. That's business, and he operates in the music business. He didn't go out too far of stuff he didn't know.
don't ever get into nothing you don't know, but that still don't mean that you can't learn it.
And this dude is a multi-millionaire off of that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, stay with what you know. If that's what you're gonna do,
guys got something to prove. Like, come on, man. I mean, it's people that is dedicated to this that do that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't learn. That's my whole point.
Yeah, it don't mean that you can't learn.
So if your heart is really set into doing, going into that type of investment,
you can do with anything,
do your work,
do
your due diligence, and do what you got to do to make sure
But just know it takes time. Just like it took time for you to rap, it took time, knowledge, and learning to rap.
Right. That's my whole point. Just do the work, do your due diligence, and learn what it takes to be an investor, learn the ins and out, and then do it. You don't just have to sell clothes. You don't have to just sell merch. You can do anything you want to do. You just have to get your niche, hone it,
I'm the
and
type
go
of
with
person
that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But see, what you saying,
I'm
that
happy,
may not be somebody's passion to sell clothes.
I'm happy making $100 million off of whatever I know, getting it how I know. You know.
Do you know it's a lot? It's a lot of rappers and singers and musicians who have put out clothing lines that have bombed. Let's just say, and I'm a Nicki fan. Her whole line, she had a line in Kmart. And it basically
Nicki
bombed.
Minaj had a clothing line?
Yes, that's my whole point. Just because you're a celebrity does not mean your stuff is going to sell. Nicki Minaj had a clothing line. It bombed. It was exclusively in Kmart, which I think was the biggest mistake.
That's stupid right there.
Because who shops at Kmart?
No, listen,
but you don't
want things. Well, Stephon Marbury did.
Well, I'm saying it doesn't guarantee.
Who's saying it bombed?
Where is it? It's not. Well, that's my main point.
Is it still in Kmart?
No, it's not. It's nowhere now. It's not even a thing anymore. Like, it's not a thing anymore. She came out with it. That's what my whole point was.
But listen,
just because you're a celebrity does not mean
Shaq
selling merch is going to get you
millions of dollars off of those shoes that's in Walmart.
But see, that's something that's been picked up by a big conglomerate that is all over the world. Look, like I said, Nicki made a mistake, I think, by putting it in Kmart because
Stephon Marbury.
Kmart made who's in Kmart?
I believe he made quite a bit of money off of those strawberry shoes.
Yeah, I mean, you got ones that make the right move and go with the right people, and their stuff take off. But then there's others where it doesn't. And just because and Nicki Minaj is one of the biggest, rappers out, and her line did not do so well.
The those twins,
Mary Kay and Ashley Olsen. Mm-hmm.
They made billions of dollars.
Well, that's because they probably, like I said, it's a whole combination of stuff that will make you fail or make you succeed, and it is just not your name attached to it. I think it's kind of
imagery too. Like Nicki Minaj.
No, Nicki has some nice stuff. She has
kind of a dirty image, and it doesn't coincide with like
dirty.
She has a dirty image.
A dirty image, Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
She's dirty?
What do you mean? Like, what are you
dirty? Talking about dirty?
Raunchy.
I wouldn't actually call. No, she's not.
I don't think.
I listen to her music,
I don't
but
think a rapper would do good in Walmart selling their clothes.
Walmart or Kmart, she should have.
Because you got to understand.
Elsewhere, I don't know.
The major people that go to Walmart, right? A lot of people that buy clothes. I'm talking about that buy clothes in Walmart is middle America. Middle America.
I mean, what you just said, Shaq,
country folk
made millions off of his deal with Walmart.
These are shoes.
Yeah.
Do you see little Tariq or Lil Ray want a pair of Shaq shoes?
Hey,
Nah,
yeah, maybe
Lil
they do.
Ray.
It be the parents. It be the parents that don't be wanting it. Lil Ray actually be wanting them Batman shoes.
No.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It be Lil Ray be wanting them Batman shoes out of Walmart. It's the parents.
But Johnny and Billy.
It's trust me. It's the parents. It's the parents.
They get off that.
Maybe once they get to a
teenagers, they'll jump off that pickup truck and they go mud dogging in their pickup trucks with those Shaq shoes. They be running around like I said, hogs and stuff.
Teenager, you ain't gonna find not typically, and I'm not, and it may be, it may be some
Billy and Johnny.
Teenagers, but little kids, don't mind. But you gotta understand who instilled that into these kids' head. It started young and when they were in Walmart when they were little kids, and they said, "Mommy, I want the Spider-Man shoes that light up." Mommy says, "You ain't finna be seen with them. You finna get some Jordans. You finna get da-da-da-da-da." That's where that thinking come from.
Oh yeah,
you know.
So you gotta think of the demographic who listens to Nicki Minaj's music. You have to know the demographic.
Yeah, but you not finna call her dirty.
I'm not saying dirty. What do you mean?
Raunchy. She's not raunchy. I mean, some of her lyrics are raunchy, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't let nobody.
Is not checking for Nicki Minaj.
How you know?
They're just not.
You don't know that. I seen
Nicki Minaj fan base. I'm gonna tell you her fan base. What is her fan base?
Her fan base is probably gay males and women probably between the ages of 25 and 35.
You think they think it's cool to go in Walmart and buy clothes?
No, okay. I agree. I think she made the wrong move with putting her line into Kmart, because Kmart was crashing anyways. Like they already done filed bankruptcy. I don't know how many times anyways, but my whole point of it is just because you a celebrity and she's one of the biggest
got
ones.
Away with it going to Target.
She might have
because here's the perception. Target is kind of a step up.
It's definitely a step up. It ain't no kinda. It's definitely a step up from Kmart.
The thinking in people's head.
Hey, it's even a step up from Walmart.
Because a lot of those women like that do have.
I'd rather shop at Target. I'd rather shop at Target for everything, food. Everything. They have better quality everything. I'm sorry, I'm not nothing against Walmart or anybody who shop there. Just Walmart just has some crappy quality of food.
Yeah, they do.
That's just what it is. They need to get better or something. But let's move on. So next up we got Tim, the hip HIP, the hip man Norman. He's
hippie.
Back in
hippie.
Yeah, hips.
He belongs.
Well, there is new testimony in the murder for hire case. A St. Louis police detective testimony in a Tennessee courtroom this week revealed new details in what authorities have described as a murder for hire plot to kill the grandson of reality TV star and Sweeties Pie's owner Robbie Montgomery. Detective Donald Thurman.
Wait a minute. So they added that in there now?
What? Added what?
That he's in trouble for trying to kill his mother?
No, that's not what they're saying. What they're saying is, this detective Thurman, he gave testimony Wednesday in a virtual bail hearing for Terica Ellis, who is the other person who played a role in the murder for hire. She's one of the 3 people accused in the murder. And did you know that it was an actual shooter, but that shooter is just an unknown person that has not been identified? But anyways, so this Detective Thurman, he testified publicly and he revealed for the first time that Andre Montgomery, who was the victim, was a suspect in the theft of $200,000 in a case from the home of his grandmother, Robbie Montgomery. and prosecutors confirmed. The detective added that Norman alleged accomplice Ellis told investigators she knew the theft made Norman's boys want to get up on Andre Montgomery. So apparently there's now saying that there was a theft from Robbie, who is the grandmom or the mother to Tim. It was $200,000 stolen from her home, and they were saying that Andre, who was the young man that was killed, was the one who stole the money. So that made Tim get his boy.
It was $200,000 in cash, or
it didn't say cash. It just said $200,000. I'm assuming it's cash. It
probably wasn't cash. Probably
I mean, it could have been.
Who would have $200,000 just sitting in their house?
Listen, a lot of people
probably was like,
especially older people. Older people don't really trust banks. They are good for stashing money under mattresses and stuff.
That's probably not cash.
Well, I don't know. They didn't say if it was cash or goods or anything else. No, actually, they did say. They said that it was the theft of $200,000 in cash from the home of his grandmother. So it was cash. I told you, some of these old people don't like putting their money in banks. They good for stashing money up under mattresses and
she had
stuff like that. $200,000, and they're saying that
cold hard cash in her house.
Yeah. That's not uncommon for older people, the older generation. It really isn't. They don't trust banks. They don't.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust banks neither. Maybe they know something we don't.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do. But yeah, that's really not uncommon, especially for Black older people. They really don't trust banks. So they are good for stashing their money away in their house. So anyways, it was stolen from her house, and it said that Tim knew about it or found out about it, and that's what caused. But it still doesn't make sense yet. Either or, if you knew he stole the money from the mom, call the police, let them do the investigation. Why turn around and get a insurance plot? And
that probably came before that.
I don't know. It just don't make sense. Like, why turn around and get an insurance? Was you gonna give your mama her $200,000 back? But then why turn around and get $1 million plot on your mom? Like,
Mom, I got the money back. I got the money back.
But it doesn't. It doesn't do. So what was okay? It just still don't make sense. It don't make sense. Nothing makes sense about this case. But again, that is just a theory that they're saying.
Remember how Andre stole that money? I got it back.
That's horrible to kill somebody over $200,000. Like, what people do for money. It's still sad. And even if he did steal that money from her, even so, you still committed murder. So you're still going to go to, if you know, the
Tim
case
probably was like,
gotcha, bitch.
I don't know. Sad that a young man had to die behind it. Stealing from your grandma is not good, but it doesn't equate to you having to be gunned down like a dog. So, anyways, what do you think? You think Robbie knew about it?
I don't know. I don't know. St. Louis got some gangsters.
Hey, that'd be crazy if she knew about it. She knew he stole the money and they all was in on the.
Wait, what are you saying?
No, I'm saying, do you think she knew about him stealing the money? And she knew about the.
Well, of course she probably knew he stole the money.
Insurance policy?
Because she had the money missing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you think she knew about the insurance policy? And turned the blind eye?
Hey, I don't know.
That's just a thought. That's just a thought. I'm not accusing the lady of doing nothing. That's just a thought. I'm just saying.
Then again, by watching the show, she never seemed kind of like, I don't know. She just They just don't.
Yeah,
they just
it
didn't
was always
feel
something
right to
off.
me.
When I went back and watched the episodes, her just talking about the whole murder, and
They kind of seemed like
it just
like
it didn't seem right.
they would. It just seemed like they would, if they would kill somebody over money, I would think it probably would be them.
That's why I said, do you think she possibly knew about it?
I don't know.
I mean, and he may not turn in his mama, you know. I mean, and if she knew about it, I mean, is that, well, yeah, that is a crime.
Well, she did give a statement. She was like,
her statement was she can't give a statement.
Yeah,
that's basically
she did
what
say.
She said she ain't well enough to talk about
She want people to pray for her and her son.
Wait a minute. So you just killed my grandson for insurance, and I want somebody to pray for you?
Yeah, that's what she said. Pray for me and my son. That's what she wanted.
I mean, that is her son. And a mother's love goes beyond some people's understanding. So, you know, I don't know what it is. But hey, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't.
You're not my son no more.
Yeah, and that too. Like, after she, I mean, did that do it? Like,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
you before you get me.
Listen, all I can say is I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
What if she would have knocked him off? We got her.
I wouldn't be surprised if more, you know, shocking details come out about this case. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I got a hunch that it's going to be more shocking details coming out.
People do a lot of weird stuff
strange
for money.
Thing for a little bit of change. Yes,
that
sir.
wasn't a little piece of change.
Well, you know, that's just the saying.
Nice piece of change.
I mean, it still ain't worth nobody's life. But anyways, yeah.
Who would really give that man a $1 million policy on a woman that old?
Oh, you can definitely get that. It's some company, especially if she maybe she don't have any major health issues.
You can get a policy on a lady that old.
You can get, you're gonna be paying money, but you can get a policy. Yes, there's
really?
There is insurance companies that will give you that type of policy on somebody old, especially if she don't have like any major health issues.
That's good information. I might need that.
Y'all heard it here first.
Mama, I need you to sign these papers.
Yeah, okay, that ain't gonna happen. Anyway, so let's move on to rapper DMX. DMX. Everybody knows who DMX is. How could you how could you not know who DMX is? But in the latest episode of the Rough Riders Chronicles, DMX, he opens up about his multiple personalities. So he basically did this, I guess it's a Rough Riders Chronicle, which I haven't watched one episode, so I ain't going.
I've seen episode 1.
I ain't gonna lie and say I did.
I can't catch. I didn't watch the No Limit one. I had to wait until they put it on YouTube or some channel like bootlegged it and put it on YouTube. But I seen episode 1 and it was really good.
Well, I'm prompted now to go watch the episodes because, you know, in it he's, you know, talking about, you know, his childhood, but he's always opened up about his trauma that he experienced as a child. I mean, he was arrested at the age of 10. His mama bust out all his teeth because he changed something on her book. I guess she had something written down, and he said he got up to get some water because he was so hungry, and he looked at the book and he seen that she had wrote something wrong. So I guess maybe the grammar or spelling was wrong, and he was erasing it to correct it, and she saw it and she beat him in the mouth and beat him in the face with a broomstick. Dang. So he did you know, he's always been open about the abuse that he received as a child, but he has, you know, now as he's gotten to be an adult, he has forgiven his mom and their relationship is a lot better. But in the documentary, he talks about him having a few people in him, and he said that's what gets him through life. The interviewer, she asks, well, what do you want people to know about these people inside of you? And he goes on to say, he does not want people to know anything about those people. He refused to even talk about, those personalities. And that's a real disorder. It's called dissociative identity disorder. And it's the reaction to trauma as a way of helping a person avoid bad memories.
The brain has a funny thing of doing it.
Yes, it does.
It
protects itself.
Forget the word. It sections off, if I could say it like that.
And it's funny how your brain actually will protect you.
Yeah.
It will protect you by forming these disorders.
Compartmentalize different parts, things.
It's people who don't even remember. They don't even remember childhood trauma or things that have happened in their childhood because their brain will automatically block that out. Like you said, put it into compartments where you don't even realize that happened, but then something will trigger it and you'll remember later on in life. But yeah, it is a real condition. It's said that disorder starts in childhood. Makes sense. He was, he grew up in not the best of conditions. So, it could be. And then there was somebody who was on the documentary.
I.e. MK Ultra.
Yeah.
That is also how they brainwash you. By they take a child and they traumatize them.
Well, there was another person in the interview on the documentary, and he was talking about his different personalities. So apparently people close to him already knew this because he said most days they were just trying to figure out who was he.
But do you know that when people have handlers, they can control those people? A person
I don't know.
A person that they can control those people and bring those Pacific those what are they called? Because it's not actually people.
No, well, they actually think they really think
actual different.
Now, and there's some psychologists who don't even believe that disorder is real, but then there are some psychologists, and there's a lot of psychologists who actually believe it's a real disorder. That's why it took on another name, because they used to just say multiple personalities, but now it is
personalities.
But now it's given more.
It's not people. It's personalities.
But it's given more of a clinical name to it. They call it DID now.
The thing is, right, that the brain don't recognize. It will recognize. It really will act as another person. It's just
and I think he has it though, because when it is said, and I did a lot of research on this disorder.
But do you know this?
They protect those other personalities. They are very protective over those personalities.
Which one? It's about whichever one is more dominant.
Yeah, that's what the man said.
But do you know if one could have like a disease or like high blood pressure or diabetes, and they can go to the doctors if that personality is
present. Yeah.
But then they'll go back to the doctors and another personality is present, that they won't have none of that.
Yeah.
They won't have
diabetes. Also,
or
it goes deeper than that. It's been instances with people who have.
It really is crazy how the brain works.
Yeah, but it's been instances where people who have DID, they've actually done things, and then they don't even, like, the other personality to come forward, or whoever is the main driver of their brain comes forward and won't even remember doing things or eating certain things or saying certain things. So it is a very odd disorder, but it is a real disorder. I believe it's real.
He had this disorder since he was a kid.
Well, they say it starts in childhood. It is a way of the brain protecting. Well, that's why. Okay, so that's what I was trying to get to.
So which one of them smokes crack?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to. So this other person who I don't know who he is to DMX. Obviously, he's someone who's been around him for a while. Because he said on a day-to-day basis, they were just trying to figure out who they were dealing with. Was it Earl, who everybody know Earl?
Was it a dog in there?
Okay,
I'm believing there was a dog in there.
Listen, so he said they didn't know if they were dealing with Earl or DMX the artist or
DMX
Denom X.
Who's that?
Guess it's one of his personalities.
We haven't met him.
Then he has Dogman X.
That's probably the one.
And Darkman X. So he actually went by a lot of those names. He went by Darkman X and Dogman X. So it could have been his different personalities were giving themselves their own names.
Okay, which one smokes crack?
I don't know, but you also know that. It could be.
Could it be all of them?
Do you know also that it could be female? They can have female personalities in them. Yeah.
And they want to get down with a man.
Well, I don't know, but
you just gave a lot of this out.
I don't know. It is. You gotta do a lot of research. It's females.
That wasn't no person. That was you doing that. That was you doing that.
It's a female on YouTube. I think she goes by DID Girl or something like that. But she journeys, like she videos her journey, and through like her journey, if you watch some of her videos, you can see different personalities coming out. She has a little child one, and she was saying how the host and everybody, they protect the child. There's a child. There's always usually a child that's involved. And then she had one where it was a boy. It was a boy, and his mannerisms were of a boy. He wanted, like, if she was in a dress earlier, and then he comes out, he'll be like, why do I have on a dress?
This nigga gay.
Call it what you want, but I think the disorder is real. I don't think it's something that people are making up, because it's just, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to be trying to make up. So some of these people have more than 5 or 6 personalities. So
I think some of these people,
some of them may be making it up, but then it's some people that you really it really is real. Like. And like they say, they are very protective over their
Does these people. I wonder, do these people go away when when he gets off the drugs?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, I'm sure drug usage probably makes it worse, but whoever is the crackhead inside, that's the one he need to get under control the most, to me. But he didn't want to talk about who is who, and he didn't want to talk about, he said he don't want us to know anything about them, which is not uncommon.
Hey, to be honest, I think they going too far. We all have different personalities, right?
Not to that extent.
Different personalities.
Not to that extent.
One day we might be happy go
lucky.
No,
that's the difference. That's different.
I can call that person Tom.
No, that's different. No, that's different.
Tom is a nice guy.
Did you know that
nice
some of them even have different voices?
Okay, Eric is the guy.
No, and when you're Eric, do you have a totally different voice?
When have DMX ever had another voice?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it can be. I'm not saying I don't know.
Hey, I can make another voice. I'm Tom. I'm Tom. Hi. Nice to meet you.
You making light of people. You making light of a real disorder. That's a real disorder. And these people suffering. They on medication. Some people get it under control though. They with therapy and medication,
Tom.
they can get it under control.
I'm Tommy.
Well, anyways.
I like everything. I like roses, and I like long walks.
Well, maybe you do have different personalities. You probably got it. How we know?
Sure.
Well,
listen,
anyways,
we all have different,
but not on that level. Not on that level that they experience it. Because, like I said, they could be, doing something and they don't even remember they did it. Like it goes deep. If you want to know more, you can always do your research on anything that we say. it goes deeper than what we're just saying. But moving on, Netflix. Sorry to say, but I will be canceling my subscription. Well, actually, I already did, but I still have the whole month until, it renews. But I'm not going to be participating, watching anything, sadly, because then now they're just getting all these good shows. And they had to go and do something.
Netflix never have any good shows.
No, they're starting to get all the good shows that I like. They got Moesha, they got Sister, The Game.
I came to realize that
they're getting a lot of the old
have
shows.
way better shows.
Who?
I particularly like Amazon Prime.
Well,
they have way better shows.
Do Amazon?
They have. Listen, they have all the HBO stuff. They have one of my favorite shows, Sopranos. They have The Wire. They have way better stuff.
Well, I mean they probably do, and I'll probably have to look into. Well, I do have Amazon Prime. I pay for Prime.
Well, they have videos.
Yeah, I pay.
Movies
You
and
know
all
what?
that.
I pay for too many subscriptions. I got Hulu and everything.
If you got Amazon Prime, why would you pay for Netflix?
Because I don't really watch anything through Amazon Prime. I don't know. I never even looked
Once
into
Netflix
it.
got rid of the Boondocks, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Well, listen, a lot of people is about to cancel their Netflix subscription, and that's because there is a new hashtag called cancel Netflix, and the reason that for this hashtag is because of their new series Cuties. Now, if you guys don't remember, a couple episodes back, I think it was episode maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, we talked about how Netflix put out the poster for their new show Cuties and how it had the little girls in very sexualized positions. Well,
it was episode 1.
Okay, so episode...
Go back and watch Our Children Being Targeted.
Oh, yeah. So it was episode 1. So, people were in an uproar about that, rightfully so, because the poster was very, very inappropriate. Well, Netflix came out. They did a whole apology. I honestly thought they were, scrapping the whole show. But apparently not, because now they have went ahead and aired the show. Well, I don't know. It's all over the internet. So if you want to go, we're not even going to show clips because it's just too much. And, some stuff we just not going to do on this show. But if you want to go see, certain clips of this show, you can go. It's very, very, it's worse than I even thought. I seen the clips. I actually seen the clips.
What is this show about?
Apparently it's about a young girl who wants to be a dancer. She gets this dance group together and they dance. So this is not just like 1-2 step type of dancing.
Is this any raunchier than the dancing, what is it called? The Dancing Dolls?
Oh, way worse. Way worse.
How could it be worse than that?
Way worse. If you actually see the clips from the show, you would literally.
This is actually a child running a dance team.
She puts together. I haven't seen the show. I'm just getting my information from the. No, it's adults, and she's It look from the clips. Her family look. I think they're African. They're African family, so they're not for it, and they're giving her a lot of grief about it. But she wants to be this dance.
How old is the little girl?
Like 9 or 10.
Okay, they're giving her grief because she's in this dance group, but I don't think they know she's out the dance group.
I think she was keeping it a secret. She was like living a double life.
A 10-year-old is living a double life.
Yeah,
and while people are following her with cameras. Yeah.
No, it's not a real show. Like it's not a real.
It's not a real show.
Yeah, no, it's a show, like a a made up show.
It's fiction.
Yes, it's fiction.
Okay.
It's not like somebody's real life, but the moves and the dances that these girls are doing,
that even makes it more interesting because these are children actors, right?
Yes, it's completely sexualized. And then it's one part of the movie where these older boys, probably 6, 17, 18, come up to them trying to talk to them, and they told the boys that they were older, like they were 14. So not only are the clothes that they're wearing in the movie very provocative, the moves, if you just see, is much worse than I even thought. So, in which a lot of people is saying the same thing, it's much worse than they even thought. So because of that, I'm just gonna have to.
We need to find out who
we gonna have
the
to find a
producers
we gonna
are
have to find a word
to
for these people.
Who is the producer of this show?
Apparently, it's a French-made film or series. And Netflix brought it, like they do a lot of their stuff. They buy stuff, that was already previously made, and then they air it on the network. But the thing about it is why? Why would you promote something that's to me, in my eyes, that's child pornography.
Something like that.
To me, that's what it is.
I don't see
a difference.
I don't see why anybody would be interested in that.
If you see their moves, the moves that they're making, they're sexualizing these kids as much as we got all this sex trafficking going on. All these children were just found in Georgia linked to a sex trafficking ring. As much as that's going on right now, that is a major issue in the world, not just in the United States, but in the world. That's a major issue. With all that going on right now, why would you put out a show that is sexualizing little girls like that? Their legs spread wide open in front of the camera. Like, no.
Well,
I can't get on board with that.
We all know what's going on.
I can't
what time we're
board.
living in. This is some education. If you didn't know, we're living in the Revelation times, right? If you don't believe in the Bible, okay, whatever. You can't deny that something is going on.
Definitely can't. It's sick.
We are living in a revealing time, right? We are also living in end time. Anybody could tell you that, right?
Mm-hmm.
These things have been going on since not the beginning of time, but beginning of world domination by men.
The debauchery of humans. It's just, ugh.
The Babylonians did it.
Oh yeah, it goes back. It goes back far. This is nothing new.
The Romans did it.
Like they said, it's nothing new under the sun.
The Romans did it. So all the world powers.
They're trying to mainstream it now. They're trying to normalize this stuff right in front of our eyes. It's like, are we going to stand up for this? Are you going to say are you going to really cancel your Netflix subscription? Or are you going to be one of those people that just say they're going to do it?
Here's the thing. They were more barbaric, right? Back in those times. This times where pillows and fluffiness is like, They try to.
They're still barbaric. They just do it in a different way.
They were more barbaric. Like they didn't care. They just did it out in the open.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like it's a trickery. It's a trickery going. It's going on, but we can't let the mass public know that it's going on. But we'll try to
slip things in here and there
by small dose, by small dose, by small dose. We're going to get them used to it, primed up. To where if they seen something that's before would be totally alarming, is really not alarming anymore because they're so desensitized to it.
Look at. You could just look at
20, 30, maybe 20 years ago. This would never fly 20 years ago.
Some of the music would never fly 20 years
ago. All of the music that's going on right now would never fly. They could never slip this by.
They've desensitized people. Yep, just like you said, they fed them little doses after little. It's just like a vaccine.
See, they try to move.
You give them little doses at a time until you're completely immune.
They try to move the mark. Okay, we can get away with this. Oh, okay, let's go a little further. They can get away with this. Oh, let's go a little further.
Mm-hmm.
And as people have let this stuff go,
the more you accept it, the more you
agree. It's an agreement.
Yep, you're agreeing to it. That's why I said I am not renewing my subscription with Netflix. No, I stand against that.
And natural law saying, right, you didn't protest it. You didn't go against it. You watched it. you partook in it by watching it, this stuff.
And you can't sit
So
back.
by natural law says you agree with it.
Yeah, and you can't
give them the
and
right to
let
do
me
it.
just put this out right now for all those people who want to try to, like I said, they want to hide behind them rose-colored glasses. You can't just sit down and say, "Oh, that's just one show on Netflix. I'm not gonna watch it, so I'm not gonna." I watch other shows on Netflix, so I'm just, long as I don't watch that one. No, you can't say that, because if you are supporting a person or a network or a subscription, if you're supporting, even if it's just one thing, if you are continuing to support them, you're a part of the problem and you're just as guilty as them. Period. Ain't no way of getting around it. You cannot try to, rose colored glass this. You can't do that.
They
put
this in everything. Okay, case point. Family Guy, right? They had a child molester on there. The guy that wanted.
Oh yeah.
But did you laugh at that? Sure, you probably laughed at it. Wasn't no outrage over it.
Right. That's true.
So that was them moving a mark. Oh, it didn't
even think about that.
It didn't cause any alarm for that. They agree with it. Let's go further.
Yep. See how far we can push the bill. Let's just see how much further we can push these people. They don't pay attention as it is. They think everything is fun and games. They think everything is fake anyways. So let's just see how far we can go. What's next?
Oh, we know what's next.
Next is going to be all out. I don't even want to say it, but I mean, you got to, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for everything, anything and everything. So if that ain't the most truest statement with this situation right here, I don't care. Like I said, I'm kind of upset because they did just come out with a lot of shows that I've been waiting for, but I don't care. I don't care. I'll find it elsewhere to watch.
Every person that's asleep. I'm not talking about the people that's woke. You're probably, the people that I'm talking to is probably not even watching it, listening to this, right? But I got to say this. All those people are responsible for what we're seeing now, because they sleep and they agree with it on a subconscious level. They have made an agreement with this stuff. So universal law says, hey, you agree with it, they have the right to do it. Go on with it.
Yeah.
They are only able to do this stuff because the mass amounts of people subconsciously agree with it. They wouldn't be able to do it. And you might not even
be aware that you're agreeing with it.
It's numbers over everything. Long as they have the mass majority of people still sleep, then they're doing good.
Yep.
Their plan is running as scheduled.
All right, so next topic. So up next we got Trump and Biden, of course. I don't know about these two. They're worse than two fighting toddlers. Well, this time Trump, he did a broadcast on Saturday, and in the broadcast he accused Joe Biden of taking drugs to get him through debates. He said, and I quote, "I think there's probably drugs involved. That's what I hear. I mean, there's possibly drugs. I don't know how you can go from being so bad where you can't even get out a sentence." So, of course, these claims of drug use is nothing that's been verified or, substantiated. So right now, I don't know. What do you think? Think he using some type of drug to help his performance?
Someone sent me a video of Joe Biden as a kid. Him giving a speech.
They did?
When he was, yeah. I'll play it right now.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Wow. Not a lot's changed.
Sure hasn't. Still don't know what the heck Sleepy Joe was talking about.
Maybe Trump, maybe he got some.
Maybe he's on to something.
Maybe he is. He said that's what he heard. Trump sound like a gossiping black woman. He said, I don't know, that's what I heard.
Hey.
Oh, goodness. Well, again, that's just all allegations at this point. He
apparently always been known as Babbling Joe.
He got a lot of names. Babbling Joe, Sleepy Joe. Jeez. Hey. But he did go on to say he was referencing to Biden's hesitant performance in early primary debates before his surge to victory on the back of a win in South Carolina. So, Biden, if you on that stuff, know what to say.
He looks like he on that stuff.
But what could possibly help him, like, be better at talking? Is it drugs that will help you talk?
I don't know.
I don't know. Trump may be just making allegations that he may be on to something. I don't know. No telling. Like I said, these two are worse than two toddlers fighting. They saying one side saying this about this one, and the other one saying that about that one. So you just, you never know. And like I said, the closer we get to election, the worse it's gonna get. But do you think that they're gonna roll out?
It's clearly Joe Biden is such a liar. Like he has this this video that's going around, him saying that him talking about the how now that he's saying it's writing and it doesn't help anybody, and the current one has told you all to do that. To
Writing?
riot, yeah.
Writing what?
Riot.
Oh, riot. Oh, okay.
Like that's clearly a lie.
Yeah. Clearly, Trump has said very little about, what's going on. The only thing he does say is he supports the men in blue. Oh, and that was going to be a topic. We do have to say, I hope, and I don't care if people get mad, but these police officers weren't doing anything bad. But did you hear about the two police officers who were ambushed and shot in the head? Yeah, that's horrible. Like I don't care how you feel about the police. Nobody deserves that, police or not. I mean, whoever ambushed them and shot them in the head were no better than, them doing that to a black man or a person of color. So two wrongs don't make a right. But to stand outside somebody's hospital screaming that you hope they die, like these people don't have family. What if they were actually good cops? What if they were on, the side of justice? What if they were those, cops that were? What if? Yep. To just come up and shoot somebody in the head is horrible. And, my prayers go out to their families, because I'm sure they have families who care about them, just like, the tons of black men who got killed by the police. They have families. So it's never a win-win when, people try to be vigilantes. So yeah,
vigilantes are somebody that go after people that done committed a crime.
Well, they think that all police officers are bad, so they're in some ways they're trying to be vigilantes, trying to do something to the police, because they have been told and they have been, brainwashed to believe that all police officers are bad no matter what. And that's just not true. That's not true. I don't care, what anybody feels about me. Call me whatever you want to call me. But that's just how I feel about it.
Well, it's probably going to get a lot worse.
Of course. I mean, you got police killing people and people going to start killing the police. It's just, is this the type of world we want to live in? Surely not the type of world I want to live in. So, I don't know. But yeah, our thoughts and prayers do go out to those police officers and their families because they were ambushed. So,
all right, what we got next?
All right, so up next. So this is someone that I was aware of him, but I didn't know too much about him. But learning what I've learned in the last, couple weeks about this kid, I have to say, he's not just a rapper, and I'm talking about NLE Choppa. So, he's been taken to his social media quite often these last couple of weeks. And let me just go on the record to say he's only 17 years old. So he's still a kid. But for him to be so young and to be so knowledgeable and to be so woke to what's really going on is really impressive. It just goes to show you can't let that outer exterior, his tattoos and all that, you can't let that judge who he really is. But anyways, he's been taken to his social media, basically telling black people, and it's for everybody, but he's mainly been talking to black people about how the food that we eat is hurting us. And my daughter was just telling me that he also said he's no longer going to rap about violence. He's more on good positive vibes, but he has been urging people to start eating healthy. He said the food y'all, and this is how he's saying it. He said the food that y'all eating can mess with your mental too. He said, put them Travis Scott burgers down. Go to farmer markets, go eat some vegetables, eat plant-based foods. He said, and he also said, in which I think this should be our motto for our show. He said, if I got to offend somebody to wake them, I have no problem doing it. I move with purpose. So before in this statement, he was talking about the Travis Scott burgers. And if you don't know, well, McDonald's and Travis Scott has joined forces to name a burger after Travis. I mean, I have a lot of things I could say about McDonald's. It's poison. I've stopped my children from eating. Personally, I don't even like the taste of McDonald's anymore. It doesn't taste like it tasted when I was a kid. And I'm probably, a lot of people probably would agree with me on that. But I think their ploy to use Travis Scott is a direct ploy against, again, the youth and, low income, people in low income areas. I think they're targeting. So yeah, like I said, it's very impressive that this young boy, is giving people this knowledge about what's really going on with the food industry and the things that we eat and how it actually messes with our brain. You got something to say on that, Feezy?
Well, hopefully it's not just a gimmick.
Well, he been posting a lot of stuff, and he's actually growing his own. He's growing his own garden.
He's not the only one that does that.
No,
There's
he's not. But he's very
named,
young.
Money Man, he does that.
No, he's not the only one, but he's young. That's the most, and he's a lot of these young children today, they listen to him. You know, my daughter, she knew who he was right away. You know, they listen to him, so he do have some type of influence on the youth. And you know, if he's going to be in that position, I'm happy he's using it for a good cause. But let's talk about this Travis Scott McDonald burger. So apparently the burger features a 1/4 pound of 100% fresh beef topped with onions, pickles, and 2 slices of melty cheese, plus ketchup and mustard. Seems like the basic 1/4 pounder. But it also got shredded lettuce and crispy bacon. Yeah.
1/4 pounder with bacon.
That's what it sounds like. But of course, like I said, I think this is, they just slapped his name on it as a ploy for the youth and for people, mainly the people that eat this food is people who are in, you know, lower income areas. Rich people ain't eating McDonald's on a daily basis.
Who knows? Maybe they are.
Probably the younger ones, but not the older ones. They're not eating that stuff. It's tons and tons of documentaries, and I just encourage everybody to pick one.
Travis Scott was here.
Travis Scott was here.
That's all over McDonald's.
Oh yeah, well, you know, it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick, and they're using it. But like I said, it's tons and tons of documentaries.
It's a marketing campaign.
What, a gimmick, a marketing campaign? Ain't it all the same?
No.
What's the gimmick?
What?
What's the difference?
A gimmick is like someone's like let's say a person come out and say, I only eat cheeseburgers. Let's just say somebody come out and say, I only eat cheeseburgers and this is what I do. I only eat cheeseburgers. Or,
well, the meaning of gimmick is a trick or device intended to attract attention publicly or business. So it is a gimmick too. He's saying he eat this burger. So I mean, I don't know, but like I said, it's tons of documentaries on the internet. You can even go to YouTube about the food industry. It's one called "It's So Good But So Bad for Us." You can look that up. That's really good.
one of the oldest ones is Super Size Me.
Yeah, that's one. But it's quite a bit, and I'm just gonna let everybody know, go watch one of them, just one. Because if you're eating this type of food, and I've completely cut out fast food. I allow my children to eat out once. They get to eat out once a month. I've totally, completely changed their eating habits, because there was a time when we were eating out like almost, I would say maybe 4 to 5 times a week.
Dang.
Yeah, that's just because, with everything like working and then, just being a single mom and working, it's kind of hard in my schedule, because by the time I used to get home sometime, it'd be like 7 o'clock. By the time I get home, pick my kids up from practices and from after school programs and do all that, and they're one is on one side of the town and the other one's on the other, it'd be 7 o'clock by the time I get home sometimes, and I'm just exhausted from being up all the way, from 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, all the way to like 7 o'clock getting home. It's kind of hard trying to then stand over a stove to cook a 3-course meal. So a lot of times we were eating out, but I had to completely stop that, because it's totally unhealthy, and it's really killing us. These foods is killing us.
Yeah. That's why I'm going on a fast for a couple of days. No food.
That's good.
Just to cleanse it out.
All right, so moving on from that, but yeah, like I said, you guys just be aware of what you're eating. So our next and final topic is Chadwick Bozeman. Of course, he's been in the news from his current passing. and I'm trying to think how to word this because I don't want to come off, what's the word, conspiracy. I don't want to come off like that because, everybody want to say, well, it's a conspiracy all the time. So I'm trying to think of a way to put this, but basically I was sent a video. I don't know. I didn't ask her if I can, say who sent it to me. So I'm not going to say her name, but I was sent a video on Facebook, and the video was basically, and we're going to play the video for you guys so you can hear, but the video basically is talking about, Chadwick being murdered versus him dying of colon cancer. And after the video, you guys, I want you guys to make your own opinion, but we'll give our thoughts on how we feel and what we think. But Feezy, you can go ahead and roll the video so they can, hear. And this is from a fellow YouTuber channel. So yeah.
Somebody look at your neighbor and say she finna bring it tonight. I said somebody look at your neighbor and say she finna bring it tonight. And if you ain't got a neighbor, look at yourself and say she finna bring it to fuck a night. Or we gonna jump right into it, cause that's how we do it over here. Born in Anderson, North Carolina. Chadwick Bozeman was born in Anderson, North Carolina on November 29th in 1976. Chadwick's mother, Carolyn Bozeman, she was known as being a nurse. And his father, Leroy Bozeman, he was known for working at a textile factory. And his father also managed the upholstery business. That's school, where he graduated in 19th. Like the movie that they got out today, The Crossroads. He wrote this play after one of his classmates was shot and killed. So that touched his, his heart so much. What happened to his classmate, that he had to go and, write and stage this play about him. Chadwick Bozeman attended college at Howard University in Washington, D.C., and he graduated in the 2000 with a bachelor's of fine arts in directing. Most of us didn't know this right here. But the actress Felicia Rashad, she acted in a Cosby Show. The actress Felicia Rashad was one of his teachers, and she eventually became his mentor. Felicia Rashad says, shit the good. This motherfucker Chadwick, he can really act. He know how to really act. So, Felicia Rashad helped raise money from Denzel Washington so that Chadwick Bozeman and some other classmates could attend the...
Is there a pivotal point of this video?
Yeah, you gotta, it all ties together, so you have to play.
This woman has got the most irritating this voice.
Yeah, her voice is not appealing.
Where
but
is the point when she start talking really?
But you're gonna miss how it all ties together. Why she's mentioning Felicia, and you have to listen to the whole thing.
Oxford Midsummer Program of the British American Drama Academy that was located in London. Where all the classmates were accepted. Things begin to move to the next level. And Chadwick Bozeman, he wanted to write and direct films. He says, shit, I want to write my own motherfucking shit. I want to direct my own motherfucker films. But he initially began studying acting, just so he can learn how to relate to the actors. After Chadwick returned back to the U.S., he graduated from New York City's Digital Film Academy. He lived in Brooklyn, New York at the start of his career. He stayed out there for a little bit. And He worked as a drama instructor in the Schroman Junior Scholars Program. And in 2008, he moved to the Los Angeles. Moved out there to Los Angeles. And he moved out there so he can pursue his acting career. In 2003, Chadwick Bozeman, he got his first television role in the episode Third Watch. Third Watch. That same year, Chadwick Bozeman, he portrayed Reggie Montgomery in the daytime soap opera All My Children. Every motherfucking body know about All My Children because either your grandmama, your mama, or you used to watch it. Okay? But Chadwick Bozeman, he ended up getting fired. I said he ended up getting fired. He got fired from All My Children because he voiced his opinion and his stereotypes in the script. It was something in the script that he didn't like. He thought it was a little bit prejudiced. And he told them motherfuckers how he felt. The motherfucking All My Children producers, they end up firing Chadwick Bozeman. And you know what these motherfuckers did? And they replaced Chadwick Bozeman for Michael B. Jordan. That's the same one who acted in the movie The Black Panther with him. Replaced him for motherfucker Michael B. Jordan. Y'all ready to go deeper down the rabbit hole tonight? Well, come on and let's do it. I said, come on, let's do it. I tell my peoples all the time, we got to be careful, with wanting to be famous and in the powers that be in their industry. We got to be careful with that. Because that sacrifice motherfucking game is real as a motherfucker. I said it's real as a fucker. Some of these entertainers, they don't recognize how they're being set up and when they're being set up. They don't recognize that. So folks ask me, they say, so madam, what, was this a sacrifice? Do you think this was a sacrifice? Or was this something that just, had to happen naturally? And before I answer that question, I want us to look at some things. I want us to look at some things down this motherfucker rabbit hole. What I first want to say about Chadwick Bozeman is, what I want to say is that he was already a chosen sacrifice, y'all. Excuse me. He was already a chosen sacrifice. It was reported that Chadwick Bozeman's, it was reported that his ancestors were Kizio people from Syria, Leron. I'm going somewhere with this. And he also had Yoruba ancestors from Nigeria. So what does that mean, so madam? What that means is, what the powers that be saw in Chadwick Bozeman was that he had royalty in his blood. Why you think that that they got the ancestry.com? Why you think they got that website trying to find all that information out? That ain't for your motherfucker asser. I said that ain't for you just so you can say, oh, I'm from here, oh, I'm from this line, this tribe, and things like that. That ain't for you. That's for them. I said that's for they motherfucker asser. Because when they check the DNA and they see that the niggas got that royal ancient blood, those are the type of niggas that the powers that be want for they fucked up ass rituals and they sacrifices and things like that. I'm trying to teach you tonight. And when I say royal, and I say ancient, and I say royal, and I say ancient blood, I mean when you have ancestors that were kings and queens, royalty, okay? That you came from a bloodline that goes back to Africa, back to royalty. So if you ask me, that was one of the reasons why he was a sacrifice for one of they motherfucker rituals. For one of their rituals. I'm trying to teach y'all tonight. I told y'all in the early part of the video that Felicia Rashad and Denzel Washington, it was reported that they invested money in Chadwick Bozeman's career so he can go to the next level. That wasn't no motherfucker investment. I said I'm teaching you tonight. That wasn't no motherfucker investment. It was a collection. Shit, just like you go to church, they motherfucker pass around a collection tray, plate and shit, motherfucker. It was a collection. Catch that on flick. Ain't no such thing as a investment in the motherfucking industry. Cause later on, that person that invested in another person, guess what? They gonna make that money back through sacrifice. I'm trying to teach you the fucking night. Trying to show you how this shit could work. Murder by numbers, y'all. To better understand this part of the video, check out the videos that are, the video that I got on YouTube called Murder by Numbers. We about to take it home right now. We in the year 2020, y'all. I said we in the year 2020. 20 motherfucker 20, y'all. And the powers that be, they know some of us is very aware of this 3-6, game that they got going on. The 3-6 sacrificing game. It's a lot of people that is waking up to the truth on what's going on. We usually look at the, the death date, the age date, etc., and things of that nature of the person that passed away. To get the 3-6 murder by numbers. But they switching things up. And we got to be aware of how they're doing these things. I said they switching things up on us, y'all. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, how they doing this. I'm going to show you the final reason on why I think Chadwick Bozeman was sacrificed. A blood sacrifice. Now I want you to look close at 2 movies that Chadwick Bozeman played in. The movie I want you to look at is, these 2 movies I want you to look at is the movie called 42 and also the movie called 21 Bridges. 21 Bridges. When you add that number 21 up, 2 plus 1 equal what? 3. And you add up the number 42. 4 plus 2 equal what? 6. Put it together and you get what? The 3-6 murders by number. So you tell me, was he poisoned and sacrificed, or was it a natural cause? They done put the motherfucking number in the motherfucking movie showing us how they doing this shit. Equal to the 3-6, y'all. Tell me, how y'all feel about that? And I will be back. Matter of fact, I'll be going live. So I will be back real soon. Y'all be good.
Whoa. It's a lot of information to take in. What do you think? I'll let you go at it first.
I don't know if I believe that. I mean, it does happen, but I don't know if I believe that.
Well, I was talking to my sister this weekend, and we were talking about how Chadwick, he is another video that's on the internet where he, and you guys probably have already seen it, where he's basically the interviewer is asking him about Black Panther, and he just kept giving the answer, I'm dead. I can't give you anything. I'm dead. Which is eerie. It is eerie to say the least, because the reports from, everybody, or, the makers of Black Panther and all that, their reports was that he was prepping to start filming Black Panther just 1 week before he died. So this interview was some time ago, which is really weird. If he thought he was going to be dead when Black Panther, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot of, like I said it, last week episode, I said, it just, something about this whole situation doesn't sit right in my heart. Like it doesn't feel right, It is possible he could have, had colon cancer, but you got to think about it. This man had millions of people looking up to him, millions of young little boys looking up to him. It's kind of odd that he wouldn't come out and say, this is what's going on. Like, usually celebrities when they're going through things like that, they usually come out and they'll say, you know, this is what they're dealing with, this is what's going on. But he kept everything so tight-lipped the whole time. And you know, people could say, well, you know, he lost all that weight, so clearly he was sick. But again, they go, their weight, their appearance changes for different roles. So I don't know, it could be true, it could not be true. I just know something don't feel right about it. You make your own decision. What do y'all think? Do you think he was a sacrifice, or do you think he, you know, died of, you know, colon cancer like they say?
Hey, it might be. We don't know.
We don't. It's a speculation. It's a thought. But, and I know a lot of times, you know, people want to say every celebrity, you know, wasn't sacrificed. That's true. It is, you know, it is celebrities that they're human. They are, you know, they are prone to diseases like the rest of us, and things do happen to them. They get in car accidents, they die, you know. That's not, I don't think anybody is denying that. But when it's a lot of weird things as the dots are not connecting, it's just, to me, it's something more to it.
When did he get his first movie?
I'm not sure. You mean
when
what
did his
age?
first movie come out? No, what year?
Well, she said it in the thing. Well, his first movie, I don't know, but she said when he first got his first role.
Look it up.
He got, you talking about movie or his first role acting?
His first big role.
Big role?
Yeah, would that be 42?
Let me see.
Or the 21 Bridges? Because it doesn't always have to be necessarily the powers that be sacrificed you.
But how did he know he was going to be dead?
Yourself.
How could be? But
now,
how did he know he was going to be dead? If you know you're going to be dead, why would you be prepping 1 week before?
I'm about to tell you. And you might ask, why would you sacrifice yourself? Okay. Let's just wait for the information.
It says that his first feature film was The Express.
When did that come out?
As he was Ernie Davis. It was the Ernie Davis story, and he was running back Floyd Little. This was
No, I never heard of this movie, but could it be around 2013?
Let me go into
somewhere around there.
Yeah. It says Bozeman's breakthrough role was in 2013. Oh, wait a minute. The Express is not where he played a leading role.
When did he have his breakout performance?
Okay, so his breakthrough role was in 2013.
Okay,
and
stop
the film
right there.
42.
Thank you. Stop right there. I never seen 42. I didn't really keep up with him like that. But now there's something called 7 years of success. Okay. Now, it was said that Tupac did the 7 years of success. Okay. Now this is what it said. You go sell your soul and you get you'll have 7 years of success. But after that 7 years, the contract is up and you're out of here. Okay. So it starts from your breakout role, okay, or that one hit you get, and then it's 7 years later, then you'll automatically be out of here.
Well,
It's called
oddly
7
enough,
Years.
that was 7 years.
Now let's just do this. I never seen that movie, 42. I didn't know what year it came out. Never. I'm telling you the God's honest truth right now. But it is something called 7 Years of Success where you just be taken out of here. Okay? A lot of these is not always someone just sacrificed you. Understand that. You may have signed a deal. Now you make that who you sign a deal with. There is I know y'all, a lot of people heard of what is the guy named, the blues singer? I'm drawing a blank.
He's a blues singer.
Yeah, he says he's sold his soul at the crossroads. Anyways, matter of fact, next week I'm gonna do a part on the show about that. It's called 7 Years of Success. It goes.
King?
No, Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson. Look that up. He was notorious for making that song about how he sold his soul at the crossroads and mysteriously he died. It's saying that he was poisoned. But these are things that
that lady said, could he have been poisoned?
No, this is This is things that people, they found a guy who poisoned them. It was a woman that he was cheating, woman he was sleeping with, boyfriend did it. But if you know anything about that, these entities can cause things to happen. You know, who do you sign with? Who do you sign and that will propel you to success?
So yeah, like I said, if you could believe her, or you can maybe believe she's, cuckoo or whatever you want to say. But I do agree with what she said about the DNA testing. I never trusted that.
I don't agree with her because 95% of people that get DNA testing, their DNA test is going to say they came from the same regions of Africa.
Well, maybe they tell 95% that, and maybe the other 5% is the ones they want.
No, she's saying, I know people that got those same results back. So she's saying all of those people that have royalty. No, 90.
Well, maybe they're keeping the real results from people.
95 of black people in America that's not, that are, their lineage is not, well 95 that are descendants from slavery, all their DNA come from one place anyways, because they got us from a certain place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they are keeping people's real DNA results. Maybe they're lying. I just never trusted that. I don't like the thought of my DNA going to a company. Like, that's just a little bit uncomfortable, because with your DNA, people can do anything. They got that's your DNA, just a drop of your DNA.
So what good?
It's like your fingerprint.
What good is them killing him? Why?
Well, I think what she was saying was they have certain rituals that they do in Hollywood, and they need certain blood lineage. Like, maybe, what she was saying, because he had the lineage of
how does she know this?
And
how
queens.
Does she know that?
I'm not sure. I don't know if she gets her sources or her info from, but I think that's what she was saying, is they knew his lineage.
And another thing, you have to watch a lot of these people that goes into all this in depth. Like, who told you that?
I think she's mainly
Now
putting two and two
there
together.
is some things that
and then
are
coming
true.
up with an opinion.
You have to look at similarities in things, and what's been brought out. I never heard that before.
Heard what?
Of them killing somebody because they had raw DNA.
Oh yeah. I've never. Well, they do blood sacrifices now. Let's not pretend that they don't.
They do that.
They do that. What is all entailed? You know. Listen. That's why I say I don't like the thought of anybody having my DNA. I just don't feel comfortable. That's why I will never do. Like, what does it matter? What does it matter where you come from? Like, all I know is from what my parents told me, and that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. I don't need to know which, exact part of the earth my ancestors are from and all that. So, I mean, to some people, it does.
People gonna kill you for that.
Huh?
People gonna kill you for that.
Kill you for what?
What you just said.
That it doesn't matter?
You don't need to know exactly where you.
No, I'm not saying. I said to me personally. To some people, it may matter, but to me, it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm me. Is it gonna change anything about me? If you honestly, if you go do a DNA test right now to find out where your ancestors came from, is that gonna change anything about who you are?
Listen, I would never trust. You just got to do research, okay? It's not about I'm from here. No, we're all American blacks that are descendants from slaves are from the same place. Don't let them lie to you and say, "Oh, you from over there. You from over there." They went into Africa going to get a certain group of people, right? They knew who they was getting, and they didn't just pick people from North Africa, South Africa. What? No, they knew exactly who they was getting when they went in there. Okay, don't ever let them trick you and tell you otherwise. They knew who they was going in to get. They went to get a certain group of people.
Right.
Okay?
So you feel like where your ancestry and your DNA. You feel like you know where you're linked. So what would a DNA test prove?
You really can't trust them. What they say.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, but the thing is, you have to get educated on who the American blacks are. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's always going to say where you were taken from. Okay, because the people that they took was on a run. Okay. They was chasing those certain people all around the place. But again, you have to do your own research on this.
Mm-hmm.
People. Not every black person here is from the same group. I'm talking about mainly the descendants of slaves.
But then you got black people here.
A lot of black people here that is not a descendants of slaves.
Well, that's what I'm finna say. You got a lot of black people that are here who, family history go back to slavery.
I'm talking
and
about,
they say they're not from Africa or they're not Israelites. They're not none of that. They say they are the indigenous people. They are the real Indians. So listen,
what are you saying? They're Moors?
Yeah. Well, no, some say they're Moors, but some say like they're the real Cherokee Indians and they're the real the Indians that were here. That they've always been here. That they didn't come from Africa at all. They don't have no parts of Africa. They were already here in America, which makes no sense because everybody comes from that continent. Everybody comes.
You got on a boat and came here.
Regardless,
everybody descendants got on a boat and came here.
Somehow, some way, they didn't just like. I don't, and you could say I'm wrong, or you can have a different opinion. That's okay.
Descendants. I mean, ancestors.
Yeah, well, that's okay if you think differently, but I don't think God, when he created humans, I don't think he put humans in Africa and then put humans in America and then put humans in Europe.
Africa,
I don't believe it happened that way.
The original name for Africa is not even Africa.
Everything has changed. Everything. That's why I say, is it going to change who you are? If you know who you are, I don't tell nobody they not something that they really feel deep down inside that they are. Like, you know, people who say that they're really Indians, the black people that say, I don't argue with them and tell them, no, you're actually an Israelite, or no, you're actually from Africa, the African continent. Listen, if you feel that way in your heart, go with that. Go with it. That's all I'm saying. So I don't need I don't need a DNA test to tell me who I am, because I know who I am. And like I said, I don't trust them anyways. I don't trust some people with my DNA. Who knows what they're doing? I don't trust them at all. But if you do, then that's your business.
The original name of Africa is Acubalon.
Like I said, everything has been nothing is the way we think.
It's the
when you get down to the nitty gritty and get the real truth.
Acubalon, the name translates to mother of mankind. The mother of mankind, or the guardian of Eden.
I believe it.
Okay. There was a man named Africa is named after a man. Okay. Anytime
was he black or white?
No, you know what he was.
That's why I'm asking. Tell the people. Tell the whole truth. Tell the people the truth. This is what we here for.
America was named after a man.
Mm-hmm.
So these men was
America is not really America. That's not really what it's called.
These men were nowhere around when God was creating the earth. So it's my opinion that I don't think God would name parts of the earth after a man.
Well, of course not. It's been proven that America was named after, and I forget. And you know what? And that's funny that you said that, because my son just he had to read a story about how America got its name, and I forgot what the man's name was. Hold on, I could tell you. But yeah, it's already a proven fact, so we know God didn't name this part of the earth America. Anyways, nothing is the way it originally was. We can see that. I mean, I hope people know that. I hope people are not that blind to see that.
I think a lot of people are. That's why things are the way they is.
Okay, so America was named after Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci. So yeah, that's who America was named after. Which probably a lot of the parts of the earth took on names of men. So
all names are just current.
Yeah.
It's taken from men.
Yep. Like I said, sadly, nothing is the way it started out. Nothing.
Yeah, just
humans, nothing.
Going back to what she said in the video, I mean, what she said doesn't have any real proof.
No, she don't have any proof.
But
it is odd though that those numbers always add up. They did the same thing with Kobe though. When they added up his numbers, and it's just, I don't know, if you believe in numerology, then you would be into that part or that portion of what she was saying. But it is kind of very odd that those numbers,
you know why they'll add up, right? Because they have contracts with entities.
Well, that
will make these things add up.
Yeah, so that's what she's saying. She's basically saying she's saying that, they're telling people.
How could she know he did a ancestry
Oh, it was out. He put that out. He said that himself, that he did the DNA. And he told what his lineage was. He was Yoruba and something else. So
do you think these people care about your lineage?
Listen, like I said, I don't know the inner
They
workings.
know your lineage. They know your lineage. They know your lineage. The key to the game is to keep you from knowing your lineage. They don't care. They don't.
That's why I say I think they're lying.
They
a lot
know
of
your lineage.
Some people be on there on them DNA test things, and they be like, "Oh my God, my mother and my father told me all these years of my life that I was this, and that," and then they find out they're not. So, like, I don't know. I don't know, but if you go do the DNA, if you want to do that, then to each his own. Me personally, I won't ever partake in that because they won't get my DNA willingly. Well, they probably already got it.
They don't have mine.
I mean, you done been to the hospital, you done got your blood drawn. No telling what you can get the DNA from one single pin drop of your blood. Well, it's like your fingerprint. It will tell your whole makeup of your whole body. So
listen, they already know who we are. Maybe they're trying to figure out which ones that are not descendants of slaves, and who is and who is not.
Like I said, I don't know the inner workings to the T. We know they do blood sacrifices. That's a real thing.
Listen, they pass on knowledge. The people that run this world, they pass on knowledge and what they've done. So the knowledge is known to them. It's not known to us. The key to game, the key to their thing is to make you forget.
Yeah.
That's
but
why
when,
you have all
like I
this
said, when
distraction.
you know. If you do your research, you don't need those DNA. That's my whole thing. I'm not saying that it's bad to know where you come from, but you gotta know that they're not. I don't think for one second that they're gonna tell you the real where you're really from and who you really descended from. I don't believe it. So do your research, find out who you really are, and if you know who you are, you don't need that, and it won't. Those type of tests and all that won't matter because you won't need it.
They can tell you where your origin. I mean,
And
they can give you
wanna
all
know
these
something
locations.
odd?
They never tell you like what group of people that you're really from. They give you all these locations.
All the different locations. They'll say I've seen different DNA tests.
They give you places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what's odd? I've yet to see one where a black person did a DNA test and they told a black person that they were actually Israelite or Israelite or Jewish or anything like that, or Hebrew. Jewish is a made up word. I know.
Why would they tell them that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is mighty odd. I have not seen one yet.
Odd?
No, it's not odd in the sense of why wouldn't they? I'm saying that. So no black person has no lineage to Hebrew,
according to them.
Israel. No black person has no link to that part of the Africa. Only white people.
Listen.
Think about it. Use your brain.
All right, we're gonna wrap this show up this week.
Remember to do all three: like, comment, subscribe. Well, 4 and share the video.
We follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. That's how you stay updated on everything we got in the works and everything we're gonna be doing. So yeah.
Peace.
Bye.